90% of business owners agree that reputation management is essential. And with the enormous reach of social media and the internet, a good reputation can turn rancid real fast. It only takes a few bad reviews until your business is known for its unfavorable quality. Are you scared yet? Because although business owners agree on its importance, reputation management seems to be the one thing that always gets pushed to the side. Welcome to our live stream, folks. I am your handy dandy community relations coordinator, Candice Tyler here. And each week, if you are new to our broadcast, I get to be joined by one of our teammates at BizIQ to talk about all of the little nitty gritty aspects of digital marketing and give you guys some tips that you can implement today. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Lavi. Woo!
Hi, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about you, what you do here at
Yep,
BizIQ, all of that
yep,
great stuff?
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Candice. I appreciate you having me. A little bit about me. I'm the Senior Director of Sales and Marketing at BizIQ. I have the privilege and the joy of working with our digital marketing consultants. We reach out to small business owners across the country every day, and we help them with their online presence. And one of those things, which is a big part of that puzzle, is their reputation management. So we help with that, and it's really exciting, and we take a lot of off of people's plates when it comes to reputation management. So that's what I do at BizIQ.
Nice. Now, this is our first time working together, but I feel like I already know you because you guys, Lavi is very humble here, but he's also an author. And here at BizIQ, we have a book club called the Biz Book Buzz, and currently we are reading The Evolved Leader. So can you tell us a little bit about your book? What inspired you?
Yeah,
Give us the deets.
for sure. Thank you. I appreciate the plug. I've been in the corporate world now as either a leader or a salesperson or even a leadership trainer for over 2 decades. And I've seen the good side of leadership. I've seen the bad side of leadership. And I think we've all tasted a little bit of both sides. We've had that really great boss that we love and admire and can't wait to come to work for. And we've also had the opposite, the boss that kind of makes us dread waking up on Mondays and like, oh, here we go. I got to come to work again. And we've seen both sides. And I think the evolved leader is my way of helping people who are either currently in leadership or people who are aspiring to be in leadership and give them some tips and tricks on how to be that first boss, that first leader, the one that people really want to come to work for and give their best and their all. And I think the theme, and I won't go too far into it, but I think the overall theme is that leaders actually work for their employees, not the other way around. So that's that I think is a good synopsis.
Yes, I love it. And I just dropped the Amazon link in the comment section. So if you are looking to elevate your leadership or just, take a little gander at it, it is down there. Also, it's a very short read. Like it's not going to take your whole life. It's not The Hobbit or anything. It's short, cute, and it's going to get you everything that you need.
Appreciate
But
it. Yeah.
Yeah. From your perspective, does leadership play a part in reputation management?
Yeah, I think it does. And a little bit more about my background. Where I think it might actually play a role in this is I spent the better part of a decade between 2011 and 2019 serving as the head of sales training and the head of local sales for Yelp. So I have reviews in my blood. Reviews are in my soul. Reputation management, I think about it all the time. And there is a correlation between leadership and being a small business owner when it comes to reputation management. I think we are on all the time, and we have to serve others all the time, and making sure that our client is always happy with us, which is a job you don't take breaks from, right? And it's one of those things where even one mistake can come back and bite you. So you make sure to minimize mistakes, but I treat my employees like they're my customers. And I think the correlation is small business owners treat their customers like their customers, hopefully, right? So yeah, there is a very, very deep correlation between leadership and being a small business owner because it's about how you treat people at the end of the day.
Yes. And like you said, you're always on. You can't turn
Have
it
to.
off.
Have to.
But Statistics show that the average customer is spending 13 minutes and 45 seconds reading reviews before making a purchase.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It's wild. Yeah,
Right.
it's wild.
But besides Google, where else are people looking for reviews?
So I think it depends on you as the consumer. Some people will go to Facebook reviews. Some people will start their journey on Yelp. Some people will start their journey on the Yellow Pages. I think that there are so many different profiles of people out there, and they're all going to go to different places to either start their journey, or some people will go to 5 different places. They'll start at Google, then check Yelp to make sure it's okay, come back to Facebook, see if it's a valid business. So, I mean, there's hundreds of places that your reputation matters. So that is a long question because there's so many places that we can go into the list, but we don't have that much time.
Right. Yeah. And I think there's like 240 main directories that business
Yeah.
owners should be focusing on. It's not just Google, Yelp, and Facebook. Like there's a lot going on there.
There's so much, and the small business owner doesn't have time to fully understand or grasp where to look. If you Google yourself and go to page 2, page 3, page 4, you'll see a listing for your business on some site you've never heard of. Uh,
Right.
but your customer might be on it, so you need to pay attention to it as a small business owner. Absolutely have to.
All right. So now we're going to get into some tough love time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So business owners and affiliates that are tuning in today, you need to be doing audits, especially on your reputation management. When there's one negative article on the first search results page, there's a 22% chance that you will lose that sale.
Wow.
And it goes up from there. If there's 3 or more, there's a 60% chance that you're going to
Wow.
lose that sale. But if you are in this unfavorable category, don't panic. There are some things that we can do to, turn the ship around, do a 180. And that's by posting positive content. You want to overrun the internet with positive content and relevant content. Don't just put up silly things because you're trying to push the negative review off, because that's not going to work. Google
Mhm.
wants 10x content. They want it to be engaging. They want it to be informative. They want it to be answering questions that your customers are asking. They want you to be the industry leader for your specific business.
Mhm.
But Lavi, do you have any tips for business owners who do find themselves on the unfavorable side of reputation management?
I do. I do. I think the first thing to do is take a step back and understand that this is a game. And because it's a game that you can win. So if you have unfavorable content about you online, last thing you want to do is take that personally and let that brand you. And it's not the final say about your business. It just isn't. So be responsive, right? But also try to imagine what happens when there's 10 times the positive content written about you than there is the negative content. If you have 2 reviews, one of them's good and one of them's bad, well, then your business is not going to look very good. But if you have 100 reviews and 99 of them are good and one of them is bad, now the person that wrote you the bad review is the one that looks kind of foolish because the rest of town thinks you're great. One person thinks you're not so great. Well, who are we going to favor with? Who are we going to side with? Right? We're going to favor the 99. So the idea is breathe, take a step back. It's a game. You can play it and you can win it, but your reputation won't get damaged if there's 100 times more things written about you that are positive than there are negative. So stay the course.
Yes. And to that point, when there is those one negative Nancy reviews out of 100 positive reviews, I would go and look at that profile because Google allows you to do that. So you can look at their past reviews that they have left. And you can
Yeah.
see, do they have positive experiences anywhere? Are they just a negative Nancy and leaving bad reviews everywhere they go? Because that could definitely have some play in what's going on there.
Yeah, and that's great advice, Candice. By the way, like, yeah, you can dig a little bit deeper, you can do more research, but also you should be responsive, and maybe from time to time take a little bit of a look in the mirror as well. Now, I think that's hard, right? That's difficult because someone wrote something nasty about you. the last thing you want to do is say, oh, well, let me reflect on my own decisions, because it just headbutting never helped anybody. Uh,
Right.
even if the review is not favorable, there might be a shred of honesty there about something you could course correct as the small business owner. You could also respond, right?
Yes.
And you could also say something like, we're sorry that you had a bad experience, but we'd love to make it better. You know,
Mhm.
people do change their tone and their attitude from time to time. Sometimes a bad review is just a cry for help. So it's good
Yes.
to look at it that way too.
I love that. Now, reputation management does extend far beyond just responding to reviews. It's addressing content, your customers' feedback, monitoring your brand,
Mhm.
strategies, techniques, issues that may be affecting your brand. But one thing that really kind of boils down to it is your public image. And Lavi, being a
Yep.
little bit of a public figure yourself,
Yeah.
what are some of your thoughts on public image? How can you help our business owners who may be struggling with theirs? What do you got?
Yeah. Look, we live in a world where social is king. Social rules everything. You have to pay attention to your public image. You have to be on the forefront of putting content out there. Your customers are looking you up online. What they find out about you online is going to determine whether or not they click the purchase button or pick up the phone to book an appointment or make a reservation at your restaurant. Everything is determined by your image and your brand now. So that means getting higher resolution photos. That means shooting.
Mhm.
That means responding to reviews. That means being on the forefront of everything that's written about you anywhere online, being responsive to it. So yeah, I care about brand very much, for two reasons. You know, one, it's me. So if you're going to say something about me, I want to be a part of it. But two, it helps generate revenue. So yeah, and most people just don't have time, I think, and we're going to probably touch on this in a moment, about the concept of time, but we'll open up that can of worms in a minute here.
So let's talk about why reputation management is worth the money. It builds trust with search engines and potential customers. And like you said earlier, that's the whole reason we're doing this. We are just
Mhm.
playing a big game of Monopoly with Google. And you want to appease the search engines.
Yep,
Basically, everything you need to do online with your small business is to make Google happy.
that's right.
That's
That's funny.
how, right. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm sorry.
It's so
But
true.
Livy, what does trust and credibility have to do with this day and age? And is it important?
Yeah. So I think on the question of importance, Candice, you touched on it and you kind of nailed it. We do what Google wants, right? When you say the word internet, most people don't even say, let me go to the internet. They say, let me Google that. Let me go to Google. We've replaced the term internet with Google now. So while BizIQ is an agency that works with small business owners, what we really are is an agency on behalf of Google. We know their playbook really well. They trust us with their playbook. We're one of a very small handful of companies that has achieved the highest certification possible with Google, which is the Google My Business Partner Program. And that tells you that they have given us access to their playbook. We follow it to perfection. And in return, our clients are extremely happy. So
Mhm,
Google tells us that reputation management is very important to them. And as a result of that, we make it very important to us. And as a
mhm.
result of that, we make it very important to our clients, the small business owners. You need to respond to reviews. You need to do that for two reasons. One, because it's just the right thing to do, right? And two, because it helps you rank. Google tells us flat out, respond to reviews. We will favor you in search results. So do it for those two reasons.
Yes. Reputation management is a great way for people to also start recognizing your brand. When customers need something, you want to be at the forefront of their mind. So
Mhm.
for me, I love sweet tea. I can't get enough of it. And I love the sweet tea from McDonald's. I know it's probably liquid diabetes, but it's just so good and it hits me in my heart. But it's always at the forefront of my mind when I have that craving. And that's what you customers want to have as well. If they need a plumber, they want to be thinking of you. Talk
right.
to us about your thoughts on brand recognition and awareness and its impact on our viewers' reputation.
Yeah, so brand could go both ways. It's something. I love that you said it's something that you want to be known for. You don't want to just be known for being a plumber. Anybody can do that, right? I think what you want to be known for is maybe speed, or maybe your combination of low cost and efficiency, right? So if enough reviews have the word efficient in them, or fast, or reliable, then over time, those reviews will actually impact search results. So if I type in reliable plumber, or fast plumber, or trustworthy plumber, if you have 35 reviews that say the word trustworthy in them, you'll actually start to rank for the word trustworthy on Google searches. So reviews are so important for so many reasons. But I think you said something about tea, right? And some people want to be known for a specific, for example, like a menu item. So there's a restaurant here in Scottsdale where I live called Diego Pops, and there are enough people who have written reviews about their nachos that now Diego Pops, which was once known just for being a great Mexican restaurant, now if you type in the word nachos in Scottsdale, Diego Pops ranks really, really high for that because of that one dish. So it's so important to have reviews, but not just reviews that have really good things about you and keywords, because those keywords will help you rank later on in life, which is great for revenue.
hmm And I like how you talked about being known for something outside of your service, because I think business owners maybe can get caught up in that. Like, oh, I'm
Mhm.
just the best plumber around. Well, let's
Yeah.
really narrow it down. What are you good at? What do you want people to say? Hey, this is the plumber I chose. Oh my gosh, they were just so friendly, or they made me feel at home in my own home. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yes. Um,
So,
no, please.
no, you go.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You want to be known for everything that's positive in today's day and age when it comes to trust. This
hmm
is what reviews are. Look, and we do this all the time in our own lives, but we might not even realize it. I don't know if you ever go to Rotten Tomatoes, Candice, but I go there to check movie reviews. So I won't spend, $12 to buy a new movie on my, whatever platform I'm using before I read Rotten Tomatoes reviews. I probably won't buy any piece of equipment or something new for my kitchen or my home, or, like a piece of electronic equipment before checking Amazon reviews, right? And all of us are the same way. We just sometimes aren't connecting the dots, that even though we check reviews before we purchase, why aren't we focused on our own reviews so that people
Yeah.
who purchase from us know that we're the best? So yeah, it's very interesting, the disconnect. As consumers, we are totally brand aware and review aware, but as business owners, we haven't spent much time on our own brand. So that we try our best to help business owners understand that.
Yes. And here's the thing small business owners want to know. Is this going to get them more sales?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of the known universe. I make buying decisions based on reputation. No reputation, you're not getting my money. It's just that simple.
Mhm.
Especially if there's somebody right next to you. If I'm comparing three businesses side by side, the one with the best reviews gets my cash. So, is there a correlation between reputation and brand awareness and money? Yeah, absolutely. Or else none of us would be doing it, or else nobody would care, right? So, you go to Amazon, you look at two, three objects or products, you buy the one that has the best reputation. So, do the same thing for your own business. More people will spend more money. And here's something, and I don't know if we've ever touched on this. You could charge more if you have a better rating than anybody else.
True.
People will be willing to spend more on you. And you can say, hey, read my reviews. I've got 1,000 reviews and a 5-star rating. So yeah, I charge $200 more than the other guy, but you're not taking any chances with me.
Yes, I love that. And one thing I think business owners may lose sight of is it's not a direct lead. We had kind of had some conversations prior to this conversation, and
Yeah.
we were saying how buyers aren't going in a straight line. It's not,
Mhm.
oh, I'm looking you up in the phone book and now I'm calling you and I'm buying a service. It's, oh, well, let me look at you on Google. Let me look at
Yeah.
what your Facebook look like. Oh, do you have an Instagram account?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what about this review site? Like it is just, we're going in 5 million different ways before we even get to the checkout area.
Right.
And this is lead attribution. And for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the term lead attribution, this refers to the credit that's given for a customer's interaction with your brand through various phases of the buyer's journey. So, yes, you might not see direct sales from your reputation management, but that's because the credit is not being given to that
Mhm.
specific time that the customer saw the review or saw that you had 5 out of 5 stars. And
Mhm.
so I think business owners kind of get lost in that little, I don't
Yeah.
know, do-si-do that happens. What do you think?
Totally. I love that you use the term journey, Candice. I love that you said that because as a small business owner, you're not going to get an immediate return on logging into Yelp today or Facebook tonight and posting something on Facebook in terms of a review response or Yelp or Google Maps or any of the directories that have reviews. You want an immediate customer to call you, and that feels to you like a good lead, a good warm lead, a fresh return on investment. But you do have to trust that these efforts in obtaining reviews and responding to reviews and working on your reputation, while it might not make the phone ring in the next 10 seconds, it will make more people call you long term. You're building something big for yourself long term. So that it's as if not more important than anything else you might do right now because it's going to define you later on.
Snaps for that one. I don't know if you can hear them. But one of the big obvious factors that are influenced, or maybe it's just obvious to me because I'm bathing in digital marketing every day, but your reputation is connected to your SEO. And
Mhm.
SEO algorithms know that customers place a lot of stress on companies' reviews before purchasing. And depending how those reviews look, it will definitely be reflected in your rankings. Do you have any other thoughts to add on SEO and
Yeah,
algorithms and rankings?
yeah, I love SEO. First of all, I think a lot of us are overcomplicating SEO. Uh, SEO is content, and more importantly, good content that loads quickly and is secure and builds a good image. But at the end of the day, it's content. A response to a review is more content. And Google likes that a lot. They love it a lot. I think I've mentioned this that while we are called BizIQ, that's the name of our agency, we are an agency that serves Google's best practices. We serve up Google's best practices to our consumers, and we're the best at that. So as a result of that, we know that Google cares deeply, deeply about review management, reputation management, review responses. And they told us that if you respond to reviews, they will help you rank higher. So you have to do it for that reason, if that reason alone. But also, it's just really good to respond to your customers. I shouldn't have to sell you on that, right? To say thank you to your own customer. But yeah, Google really likes it a lot, like a lot.
Now, there are some DIYers out there that just, as small business owners, they want to do everything themselves. And you guys will be ecstatic to hear that reputation management is a relatively low cost service. And
Mhm.
this can help you target your customers so that they feel like they're part of your brand family even before they purchase anything from you. But to get the best out of your reputation management, you need to hire a professional.
Yeah.
Lavi, what do you got on that?
So, advice to all the do-it-yourselfers out there. The answer is yes, you could. Right? I don't want to limit you and say you're not capable of doing it on your own. You could, but in order to do it on your own, and in order to do it properly and in accordance with the processes and requirements of Google, then you should go out and get certified first. I think that would be a really great first step. And that certification process is about 40 hours, right, in order to get Google My Business certified. And I'm saying, yes, you could do that, but don't do it without getting certified by Google first. Don't try anything on Google without knowing what they like to know. Feels like common sense, right? And then
Right?
we have to think about the hours that you would spend not only learning, but also putting it into practice. So now we're talking about an extra hour a night. And then the other question is, what's an hour with your friends and family worth to you? So if I took an hour of your life and asked you, and you can't have dinner with friends and family tonight. You can't go out. You can't go to that happy hour. You can't spend it with kids or grandkids. You have to spend it online responding to Yelp reviews or Facebook reviews. Now that hour becomes worth a lot of your time and money. So you could do it yourself, but chances are it won't get done right. Just being honest. And chances are you're not going to do it anyway because you value your time outside of work so much. And I don't blame you. I do too. That's why you hire an agency. So the question is, if you are a plumber and I say to you, well, I could probably do what you do if I just watched a YouTube video, what would you tell me? You would say, stop, please don't do that. Don't watch a YouTube video on fixing a leaky faucet or how to clean up a flood. You're not going to get it right. You're not going to get it right. So you, the business owner, you're not going to get it right. Hire an agency. We'll take it off your plate and we'll do it right. Just like I wouldn't try to install my own hardwood floors because I saw a TV show on Bravo that was one of those like home makeover shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I laugh only because it just seems so outrageous, like
Yeah.
you're choosing time over your friends, over your family, over dinner, or over watching your kid at her dance recital, or just paying somebody to do it.
Yep.
Business owners already have so much in the air and plates spinning. It's our service,
Yeah.
like I like catering to small business owners because I know, one, that our money is going to a good place. I am always looking for the small business owners, except if it's sweet tea. I just love McDonald's. That's the only big brand that I go to, though.
I love
But
that.
yeah, I try to keep it small. And we love to help serve you and give you back that time so you can watch your daughter's recital or your son's soccer game, because that's what really matters here at BizIQ. We know that small business owners are people and humans just like us, and we want to give you the freedom to have your own business, but not miss out on those precious times with your family and friends.
I agree.
And I think we hear it every day too when we sign up a new deal or somebody has been with us for, I don't know, 5 years or so. They say, you've really given me back my time. And I know that my website and all of my online presence is in a good place because we know what we're doing and we're here to do it for you as long as you'd like.
I love that. I'm going to steal that line actually from you because I love it so much. The give you back your time. That's just so valuable.
Yeah.
And it's so true. And I'm a huge fan of that.
Now, here at BizIQ, we do offer some reputation management packages. Tell us what's in that.
Yeah, so the reputation management package, it's bundled into reputation and local brand management. It's actually not expensive. It starts at $249. So that's I've often thought like we should be charging more for this. It is ridiculously inexpensive for what you're getting out of it. But what it includes, it's a total listing cleanup of everything that has your name on it on the internet. Uh, God forbid that somewhere online has your telephone number off by one digit, or even worse, somewhere online, if you're on Main Street, maybe some directory has you listed as Main Road, and now it's taking your customers to different parts of town when they click the directions tab on Google Maps or any of their mapping software. You as a small business cannot afford to have those kind of mistakes out there because it creates frustration for your customers, and then that leads to bad reviews. So you definitely don't want that. So the first part of brand management is anywhere that your name is on the internet, we go in there one by one and we fix it and we clean it. So there's no discrepancies. You just can't afford that kind of, it's called a broken window, right? You want that on the internet. And the other side of brand management, again, still for $249 a month, is we help you manage your online reputation. We respond to your reviews. We help you build your brand. And it's a service that is just so valuable in today's modern economy. If you're not going to spend the hours to do it, have an agency do it, but don't leave it alone, right? Don't
Right.
leave it alone. So one of the two has to be true. You're either going to go get Google certified and start responding to your reviews and do the hard work, or you're going to hire us for $249. Don't leave it to chance. Never ever
Yes.
chance. That's my very direct message to small business owners. Don't take chances on stuff like this.
Yes, especially with your business. You put too much
Yeah.
hard work into this.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up here, I do like to give some time back to our audience. If there are any questions or comments or concerns or just something you would like us to go in a little bit deeper on, please feel free to drop that in the comment section below and we would be happy to answer them. But while they're typing that out, Lavi, you will be playing This or That Cheese Edition.
Okay, I'm ready. Give it to me. Let's go.
Wait, first, do you like cheese? Are you a cheeser?
I love cheese. I happen to have a decent amount of Costco cheese in my fridge as we speak. So this will be fun. Let's do it.
All right. So grilled cheese or quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
Cheesecake or cream cheese dessert?
Cheesecake.
Dairy cheese or goat cheese?
Goat cheese.
Cheese and crackers or cheese and fruit?
Cheese and cheese and fruit. Cheese and fruit. Cheese
And your last one, favorite type of cheese?
Gouda.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Gouda.
Let's see if we have any questions. And we don't. So without that, this week's episode is a wrap. Thank you, Lavi, for spending some time with me today and our lovely viewers.
I appreciate it, Candice. You're awesome, and thanks for having me. And this has been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yes, thank you to our viewers. Next week, you'll catch me right here, same time, same place, with Madison Daniels as we talk about 6 tips to grow your business. So I will see you then, and stay healthy and stay safe, my friends. Bye.